Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Now as you can see I'm going through the October 2019 patch notes today. Obviously the patch was due to come out today but it's now going live next week because they found an issue last minute. So obviously it's disappointing that it's not going to be coming out today, but obviously it's better that they kind of release it fully fixed and ready to go to add some changes. So there's various things today. It's not a particularly long one, so hopefully it should only take a few minutes really. But in co-op, they've made various balancing changes to Camino, Felicia, and Geonosis. This changes AI and human spawn points, adding props to coverage, adjusting number of command posts per phase, and adjusting the area of effect around a command post. I'm hoping these changes will make a really good impact on the mode itself. The spawn points are going to be great actually because at the moment the droids spawn, I feel like, too close to the player, so that when they spawn in it causes the game to lag quite a lot. So I'm hoping that kind of helps with this. They've adjusted the spawning rate of AI heroes on co-op as well by increasing the cooldown time in between the spawning, so we'll see them a bit less I think. Added scoring when completing a phase on co-op, which is nice. Fixed an issue where they've removed the timer when the player would go in an out of bounds area when playing a co-op map. So I'm guessing a lot of people may have had an issue with that perhaps. They fixed an issue where the intro camera on Naboo and Camino would occasionally make a jarring movement, and they fixed an issue where the Separatist announcer voiceover would play at the co-op at the end of the co-op match if you were playing as a Wookiee warrior. It's a very strange one, but nice sort of see that's been fixed. Some nice changes to AI as well. They fixed an issue where not all AI hero would spawn on games of instant action. Fixed an issue that caused AI heroes to occasionally stand still when at the end of a navigable path. And the most important one for me, really, or there's two. There's a bunch of skins added, but the several improvements to the behavior of hero AI carrying lightsabers, meaning they'll be more offensive as they're closer to targets, is great, because at the moment I feel like they are just playing far too defensive, always blocking. So hopefully there'll be a bit more of a fun interaction against heroes, which is great. And they've added a bunch of skins to the AI as well, which I'm really happy to see. So on co-op, Geonosis it's phase 1 212th, instant actions phase 2 212th. Co-op phase 1 is the default. For Camino, instant action is phase 2 Wolfpack. Co-op and instant action for Kashyyyk is the 41st Elite Corps. Instant action for co-op and on Felicia is the 327th Star Corps. And lastly, on Naboo, for co-op and instant action, it's the 501st. I feel like with Kashyyyk, though, it would have been nice to see some Scout Battalion and Ranger Platoon in there as well, but hopefully we'll see that in the future. With regards to the droids, the B1 Geonosis droid will be for co-op and instant action on Geonosis, and the B1 Jungle appearance will be the Separatist on Kashyyyk for co-op and instant action, which is really nice to see some skins. Obviously, when instant action and co-op first came out, this was a big request, so it's nice to see that they've actually gone and fulfilled that this fast. So yeah, really happy to see the changes between the AI and co-op. So with Capital Supremacy, they've now actually added a destruction panel on the reactor cores in the Republic cruiser. So obviously this was a big issue where there just wasn't a lot of balancing between the Separatists and Republic. Obviously Separatists tend to win a lot more because the objectives for them are a lot easier to take out. But hopefully adding this like one singular destruction panel just makes things easier for the Republic team to defend and just hopefully balance things out a bit more. They've added a radar icon for the ATT on Felicia, which is great because obviously I always struggle to find it sometimes. And they fixed an issue where the capital ship voiceover and also would mention catch points in the ship phase despite being the first phase, which obviously is nice, good fix. But yeah, looking forward to the Capital Supremacy changes here. Some really good stuff again. So heroes versus villains things. Grenades will not be cancelled when throwing by rolling, I'm guessing, for Leia and Lando. Fix an issue where blast heroes would run at the same speed as regular troopers. This has been an issue for a long time actually, I've noticed, so it's nice to see that they've got that sorted. And they've made some changes to the animation of Furious Bowcaster. So the animation was sped up by half a second. So Chewbacca now also goes out of the animation state half a second earlier, and they've removed the additional camera movement during activation. So yeah, some nice changes there to Chewie's Furious Bowcaster. So far, hero changes, really liking them. Quick one for Finn, really, they've just they've just managed to fix it so that troopers do get speed for Finn's undercover team. Reduce the power of darkness Starcard damage from 14, 11, 8 and 5 with regards to, I'm guessing that might be frenzy related, I don't actually know to be fair. Vader and Boba Fett here have got some changes I'm not particularly happy with. I'm not happy with the fact that they've removed his damage reduction on Force Choke. I'm all for a Vader nerf, don't get me wrong, but I don't think this is particularly the way for it. I feel like a more focused thing around maybe his swing damage or something would be better. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for a nerf, but yeah, like I said, this is not the way for me. And they've changed the description of fueling the Rage star card to Focus Rage has an active duration extended by 6 seconds, but its bonus damage is reduced. So if you have this, your damage reduction state will last a lot longer. Obviously, that's trying to try and balance out the fact that they've no longer got Force Choke damage reduction, but I'll just try it out and see how it goes. But yeah, I'm not too keen on these changes really. Boba Fett as well. Anti-hero rockets description has now changed to rocket barrage rockets do increased damage at the center of the explosion in a 1 meter radius. This is something I'm actually particularly happy about. Anti-hero rockets obviously would do more damage to heroes, but now if you're within a 1 meter radius, it'll do more damage to everyone, which I think is quite nice. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. They've changed the description of intense barrage. This one I'm not particularly keen on, to be honest. So rocket barrage deals more. So if rocket barrage deals more than 500 damage to enemies in one activation, it cools down. The cooldown time is reduced for the next usage, which I can understand it. You know, it would be a kind of a decent star card, but the fact that intense barrage would add more rockets, that I really like that about it. So again, I'm not particularly keen on it really, but I'll just have to wait and see how it plays out and give feedback as and when. And they've reduced the active time for Boba Fett's concussion rocket from 1 to 0, allowing your player to act right after the grenade is fired, which I'm really happy about as well. Very nice change there. And lastly, some trooper reinforcements and vehicles. So for the reinforcements, they fixed an issue where the increased damage reduction for the clone commandos battle focus damage reduction, obviously that's now improved, so the damage reduction is now actually 25% as opposed to the broken 50% like it is at the moment, so really happy about that. And they've improved the aiming when playing on a speeder, which I'm particularly happy with. I can't aim with that thing. I feel like it's horrible, so hopefully this will actually just improve the overall play with speeders, and then obviously they'll have to reduce damage as well, because otherwise they will be very overpowered, like a lot of people seem to be saying at the moment. And lastly, they fixed an issue where various gameplay issues for players who are under the impact of Officer's Flash Grenade. These issues would include force abilities not having an impact on effective players, as well as lightsaber blocking enemy immunity while dodging not working correctly. Obviously, yeah, that's a good change. You know, it's nice to say fix this. Let me know what you guys think of this patch anyway. I'm really happy about pretty much all of these changes, apart from the Vader and that one Boba Fett change I'm not happy with. But apart from that, I think they've got some really great changes in here. That's going to be it for today's video though, guys. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.